Hi and welcome to Sonic Pi, and today I want to introduce you to a new program which I've developed which I've called Sonic Pi Conductor. And the purpose of this program is to enable you to put programs into several workspaces, and in here, in this case, I've got tunes in workspaces 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then to conduct them, that is to say, to start them going and to have them playing in a predetermined order, one after the other automatically. And that is the purpose of this program. It consists in fact of two very small functions, this one here which is called slave and the one underneath which is called conduct. Slave is actually called from each of the workspaces containing the tunes that you want to play. I discovered by accident really a couple of weeks ago that you could actually interact between workspaces if they were both running at the same time. And so if you had a defined function like this contained in workspace 1, and this workspace 1 was running, you could actually call it from a program running in workspaces 2, 3, 4 or 5. And that's what we're going to do. The second procedure, conduct, which is here, is actually called from within the conduct program. And the way it works is simply to have a list down here which consists of the workspaces that you want to play and the order you want to play them. I'm going to play workspaces 2, 4, 6, 5 and 3 in that order, and then having set up that list, you call the conduct function with that as a parameter, and it will actually play them one after the other. And the whole basis of how this works is that it is based on the cue and sync system which is built into Sonic Pi. You actually can send a cue from one workspace and receive it back in this conductor program, and then at a different time you can send a cue from the conductor program back to the workspace. And so in order to use it, there are instructions which are up above here. I'm not going to go through them in detail because we'll actually see them in operation. And this program will be placed in a gist, and the link will be placed with this video, so you'll be able to download it yourself and then to try it out. So let's see what we have to do. We actually have to have obviously some tunes in our workspaces, and you can see that these 6 workspaces have all got various programs in them. And it's very simple. All you have to do is to put 2 lines in addition into the workspace which contains the tune. The first one is the word slave, which is going to call the slave function, and the parameter inside it is simply the number of the workspace that you're in. So we're in workspace 2 here, so we have slave brackets 2. And the other thing you have to do is to add at the end of the program which is running here a cue which is sent back to the conductor program, telling it that this program is finished and it can start the next one. And I've simply set this up so that the cue name is the name of the workspace that you're running in. So in this case, QWS2. And when we look at the next workspace here, which is playing a different program, that has slave 3 at the beginning, and it has QWS3 at the end because that's workspace 3. Similarly, workspace 4, which is going to play some Bach, has slave 4 at the beginning, and at the end, slightly longer program here, it's got Q workspace 4, and the other two similarly, slave 5 at the beginning of this one, which is a different piece of Bach, and QWS5 at the end, and in this one, which is just going to play some simple scales one after the other, slave 6 at the beginning and QW6 S6 at the end. So how do we actually use this? Well, as I say, you have to put inside this variable slist a list of the workspaces you want to play in the order you're going to play them. And I've chosen to play 2, 4, 6 and then 5 and 3. And what we do is we start the conductor program running. I'm going to use the shortcut which is just on the keyboard here, the meta key and R, like that. So that's running that. Notice nothing happens because it's actually started off by, in the conductor program, waiting for some signals to come back from the other workspaces. And we'll see these occurring as we move on. We'll move to workspace 2. I'm going to run that, and you'll see that that sent a cue back to the conductor program saying that it's running. that will have received that, but it's waiting for the others as well. When you do these, you've actually got to start them in numerical order, not in the order you're going to run if the conductor program is going to work. So we start workspace 3, that sends a cue back again. Workspace 4 sends a cue back again. Workspace 5 sends a cue back again. And as soon as it receives the cue from workspace 6, it's going to start playing the programs in the order we've specified. So we'll start that and it starts playing, and it's sent a cue to start number 2. And we can see that number 2, which is just playing some chords, has started. That's finished. There's a cue to start number 4, which is there. This is playing some Bach. And if we look at the list, we can see that after number 2, number 4 is indeed what we should expect. I can draw breath now, but that takes a little time to play, although I have removed the repeats, so it won't be quite as long as it would be otherwise. And we can see that this is playing this. There's the various parts set up, and here's the bit that it's doing at the end here. And right at the end, you can see that I put comments on the first time through in each of those, so they're not going to play here. It's just going to play part 1 and then part 2 once through. This is finishing, and it's sent a cue back again saying it's finished, and the conductor sent a cue to start number 6. And number 6 is playing some scales. Here they are. 3 scales ascending, the 3 scales coming down again. You can see after 4, number 6 is indeed the next piece to play. And when that's finished, we'll get a cue back again, which is then going to, there it comes, cue back to say 6 is finished, and this has sent a cue to 5 to start it playing. And 5 is here, a Bach minuet, you can see there. And this is playing through this. Again, I've changed, they're normally repeats, I've just made them play 1 time through the first half and 1 time through the second part. And when that's finished, this cue, WS5, will be sent back to the conductor program, which will tell it that it's finished, and it will be able to send a cue to number 3, which is the last one that has to be played. So let's watch down here and see down here the next cue coming. There's the cue. And we've started playing, sorry, because I dragged across that, it went a bit funny, but it's actually started playing the last one, which is number 3, and this is playing some sliding notes and chords. Incidentally, I think this program has been published in one of my in a gist as well, so you can go and have a look at it there. I think that one was there. And that's the end of it. Completes running that program, and that completes the whole thing. That second completion is the completion down here of the workspace 1, which was the conductor program, which is all finished. So everything is now finished, and I've finished too. That's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it.